Sup y'all, it's Risa again with another speed build. So, this time, what I did was I used a random word generator to generate 2 words to kind of tell me what to build. So I got this idea from Lil Simsy. She's done it a bunch of times. If you go to her channel, I'll make sure I link at least one of her videos. So, the words I got were parallel and crime. So that really inspired me, I have to say. It inspired me to do a duplex with one of the units is home to a criminal and the other is home to a cop. So parallel crime. Does that make sense? I hope it makes sense to people who aren't me. So my entire thought was that they would just have these plain duplexes and then up in the attic, both of them have like secret surveillance areas. The entire duplex is kind of based off of a duplex I lived in when I was younger, which we didn't have an attic, but the rest of it is what it looked like. A little bit smaller though, but it's that layout. Though ours was in California, so I end up putting siding on it, but we don't use siding really in California. It's mostly just like stucco. Also, you mostly, like, the one big thing that The Sims doesn't have that I really wish they had were, like, screen doors, because in California, everyone just has, like, screen doors, and you don't really, like, I say in California. California is a gigantic state, but, like, in Southern California, most people have screen doors and then regular doors as well. So what we generally have is like you'll leave the wooden door open and just have the screen door because the screen door locks and everything. So it's kind of like I can never truly build something because that's, it's a whole thing. But what I wanted to do with this one was, I'm trying to get back to the build. My brain is wandering. It does that quite a bit. But that's fine. But I really wanted to make it like, I don't know, that downstairs was pretty plain and you can't really like see too much of what they do. But then upstairs is where we have all the flavor and stuff. This house is not as cluttered as I normally make things. It is definitely on the less detailed side of a build for me. But the main issue here is that when I was streaming this, because I stream all of the builds that you guys see on this channel, but while I was streaming this, I kept losing connection to the internet. So what was happening was that I download my videos from Twitch, because that's the easiest way for me to do it without completely overloading my computer of recording at the same time as streaming. So I lost some footage because of that, and it's kind of a little choppy. I think I've made it so you guys probably won't notice, but who knows? But that means that I was trying to like get this done before I was gonna lose connection again, because I never know if I'm going to lose connection for good that time, so I was just trying to get it out there. But maybe I did this on purpose, obviously, so that you can download it and make it like your Sims, of course. Yeah, totally, that's why I did it. Which you totally can. I think it would be really fun to just download this lot, and instead of making it like I have it, you can just download it and get rid of all the expensive stuff. And you can just have this as like a build for like, if you wanted to make 2 families to go in one house. This is just a multi-family thing, kind of like apartments, but you could control both sides. Or what you could do is use it for the roommate system, which I love the roommate system in The Sims. So it would be kind of fun for you to use one of the units for your sim and then get a roommate and have the roommate use the other stuff and just like lock your side so they don't come in and then lock their side to your sim so you don't go in. I think that would be kind of fun. You know? That maybe that's just me. I really enjoy that kind of thing where, like, how do I put it? I like, wow, just completely lost that train of thought, but that's okay. I used the mailboxes from City Living, and I hope they're usable here. I'm not sure. I know that they're usable enough that I was able to use it for MC Command Center to mess with stuff while I was on my my other computer, the one I used for editing. So I know that it's it lost my train of thought completely. I apologize, everyone. It's just that, like, this is me right now. And if you think it's frustrating listening to me talk and then I'm like wandering or losing my focus or something, just imagine being me and not being able to focus on anything right now. So that's fun. What I ended up doing was I made the Sims that go here on my own. I kind of made up a whole story for them. So in this blue unit, that's the criminal, she loves art. So most of the stuff that she has is like stolen art. And so I made her like that. She's in the criminal career track and everything. So it's pretty fun. And then in the other unit, I have the cop. He's in the detective career track and he's extremely neat and meticulous. And he's hot-headed and stuff like that. So I thought that was kind of like a fun thing. Both of these units are technically 2-bedroom because that's what I was just like doing. But I didn't want to furnish it for like a kid's room or something like that because I really didn't want to put that much effort into it, if that makes sense. Not like effort, but time, right? I was trying to make this build not take 3 hours. So instead, I made these second bedrooms into something for the Sims for like their job or something, you know? So for the criminal, I made the study for her, which I think is actually really fun and cute. And then for the cop, I made him a home gym. So I think that's kind of fun. I'm getting really into ottomans right now, and I don't know why. Not quite sure why. That bit was because someone on stream was asking me if making things bigger or smaller was a mod. And I was like, no, it is not. So I had to explain that. And then they asked about placing things off the grid. So that was me. If you don't know, if you're listening to this and you don't know how to do that, the square brackets on your computer, the left square bracket makes things smaller, the right one makes things bigger, and then if you want to place things off of the grid, you use Alt, and then you can move it wherever you want. So that's what I talk about when I say Alt placing things. I'm doing it so that it's off the grid. But yeah, so right now I'm just going through and I'm grabbing everything from the criminal career track, every reward you get from the criminal career track, and I'm putting it out in this attic for her. And then I like arrange it and everything in a bit, but I just wanted to use everything from the criminal career track. So I've skipped ahead a little bit so that you don't have to watch me go through every single object in unlockable object in the base game, which is what I was doing, because sadly it's not like tagged with criminal or something, so I can't just search criminal and have it show up, but that's okay. That's fine. I don't care. So I included the surveillance stations from Strangerville in both attics, and I like to think that the neither one of them knows the other one has it, and I think that was kind of fun. But maybe that's just me. I like to think that she's done a bunch of jobs, but the question is, how did she get that stolen ATM up the ladder? Please tell me, because I don't know. I know I created the whole thing, but I have no idea how she would get that up there. So now I'm doing the cops unit, And I liked the idea of him literally just having a cot, but I decided against it. I figured maybe they both are mostly just using furniture, like this was a pre-furnished unit or something, which is something that happens a lot in like student areas, I notice. It's very frustrating when you're an adult with actual like stuff you already own. Because basically we're living in a college town right now because my husband is a postdoctoral researcher at a university. So we're living in a college town, and that means that most of the rentals around here are geared towards students, which drives me absolutely crazy. Like, I won't lie to you. It is just ridiculous, which means that the a bunch of the rental properties in this area were like pre-furnished, and then I was like, so what if I have my own stuff? And they're like, silence. Just people weren't getting back to me, because the other thing is that they don't want, a lot of these rental companies take advantage of students a lot of the time. So I was just kind of like, but it's very frustrating living somewhere like this when you're an adult with actual like stuff. You know what I mean? Probably not, because many people in this community don't. Or maybe you already bought a house. I don't know. I don't know you. But maybe that's the case. I don't know. So I wanted to like make this so that the cop is like, he's working off the clock, and he's like completely, what's the word? Like obsessed with trying to catch this criminal, and he doesn't even realize that she lives right next door to him. Sorry, if there's any like silence, like bits of silence, that's because I am coughing and I don't want you guys to hear it, so I'm just cutting it out. I do not have COVID, I promise. I'm just coughing because I ate lunch and my body hates it when I eat. So yeah, it just likes to make me miserable. I was really hoping I could find like, I feel like we do have it in something, but I couldn't find it in the catalog of like the classic like conspiracy theory board, but I just couldn't find it. So I figured it might not exist, but I don't know. So what I did was I just used the postcard cork board and tried that. So that was kind of fun. I enjoyed that. So I like to think that he's just like obsessed with trying to find this criminal, and maybe the people at the precinct are like, you need to let it go, man. It's not your case anymore. And he's like, no. So he takes it home with him. And pretty illegal, probably, like cops do. Not even gonna like pretend, but yes, that was kind of my idea. That's why I had the idea of like parallel crimes being, a cop and a criminal, because that's just two criminals. But I apologize. Not really. I only kind of apologize, but that's okay. I wanted to make the porches like semi-private, but still not. When I lived in a duplex, the porches were like, we had like a hedge between us. So that's kind of what I was going for. I give them these two separate backyards and everything too. And I didn't know what to put in them, because I was like, I don't think either of these people like actually uses their backyard. That just doesn't seem like something that they would do. So, but I figured maybe I'd give them like one thing that maybe they do each. Again, this is very much based on a house I lived in. But again, ours was just like a little bigger. So the backyard was also bigger. But we had there was this tree in the backyard that was like, it had thorns and stuff on it. It was a whole thing. And I always tried to climb it, even though I knew that I wasn't allowed to. But that didn't stop me from trying because, you know, children are not very smart sometimes. So that's just how it is, you know? That's okay. I like adding the garden hoses and stuff like that for just, like, fun, you know? I also wanted to make the units look different from the outside so that it was, like, very clear that these were two separate homes. But I don't know. And I did a bunch of landscaping and stuff, which is not very accurate for, like, duplexes generally. Oh, by the way, if you don't know what a duplex is literally a two-family home. So duplex literally just means it's two, right? So it's got two units on it. So it's like, I think in in England, they're called semi-detached, I think. But like terrace houses are like townhomes where it's like a row of houses connected to each other. But then a semi-detached or duplex is like this. So it's like two different families live there. So I had fun with that. I wanted to make the landscaping different to be like maybe they had control over it. I don't know. It was fun though. I like doing that kind of stuff. And the bougainvillea is there because we used to have bougainvillea in our backyard in our duplex. So that's what that was for, which it sounds very silly, but that, you know, it is what it is. I won't say that I am the most original builder, because I know I'm not, mostly because I do a lot better if I take inspiration from things I know very well, which is why I mostly do things based on my own personal experiences, because that makes things easier for me. So yeah, this is pretty much the end of the build. If you guys like this video, make sure you click that like button and leave a comment telling me what you like. I don't know, tell me about your day. I don't care. I just want to hear from you because it's fun. It literally makes my day when people leave comments on my videos. So please help me with doing that. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe to the channel if you haven't already and hit that bell button so that you get a notification every time I post a new video. If you want to watch me do stuff like this live, you can catch me on my Twitch channel pretty much every day except for Sunday, and that is Krollmeister Sisters. Thank you guys so much for watching, and peace out, y'all.